Whether it's electric cars, rockets, or social media, Elon Musk's entire empire has always been about making these massive, audacious bets. But what happens when that incredible ambition crashes into a very harsh reality? Well, lately, Musk's companies have been hit by a perfect storm of crises. We're talking financial, legal, and operational failures, all hitting at the same time. In this explainer, we're going to break down his year of crises.
To really get how Musk is trying to navigate this storm, you have to start right here with this quote. It's such a dramatic, almost biblical statement about AI. And as you're about to see, framing the future in these huge existential terms might just be the key to understanding his response to the very real, very earthly problems plaguing his companies right now.
All right, let's start with the crown jewel, Tesla. For years, the story was just unstoppable growth, right? But now, there's this huge gap opening up between its reputation as this world-changing tech giant and, well, its actual performance. And that brings us to Tesla's trillion-dollar question. Is the company's insane valuation based on reality, or is it just hype?
Get a load of this number, $1.35 trillion. A valuation like that isn't just about selling cars. It's built on the promise of a revolutionary future. But when you have a price tag that high, any crack in the foundation becomes a massive risk. And a huge one just appeared, not on the factory floor, but in the boardroom.
And that brings us to this word, rescission. See, a Delaware court didn't just question Musk's historic $55 billion pay package, they straight up canceled it. The ruling basically said the board completely failed in its duty to the shareholders. I mean, this was a massive blow, both legally and financially, and it raises some really serious questions about the company's governance.
Okay, so this slide just lays out the core conflict perfectly. On one side, you have the AI hype machine. We're talking robot taxi revolutions and next-gen chips. That's what's fueling that trillion-dollar price tag. But then on the other side, you've got this grim financial reality. Net income is down over 36%, profit margins have been cut in half, and sales in key markets are dropping. The story and the numbers are telling two totally different tales. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about Musk's other major headache, X, the platform we all used to know as Twitter. The crisis here isn't about some far-off future promise. It's about a total collapse that's happening right now. And it's being driven by a massive loss of trust from advertisers. Just take a look at this chart. This shows the ad revenue for X in India, a huge global market, and it has absolutely fallen off a cliff. From over 200 crore rupees down to just 21 crore in a single year. That's a collapse of nearly 90%. This isn't just a slowdown, folks. This is a full-blown corporate emergency. It really shows you just how bad the advertiser exodus has been.
So why are they all running for the exits? Well, for any major brand, the platform has become a total nightmare. They are terrified about brand safety, the content moderation teams have been pretty much gutted, and the policy changes are just completely unpredictable. You throw in features like spicy mode and a shrinking audience, and for an advertiser, the platform just looks like all risk and absolutely no reward.
And if you want to see just how much X is struggling for relevance, just look at this. In a key market like India, YouTube can reach almost 500 million people. Instagram can reach over 400 million, and X, a mere 24 million. For marketers who need to reach a lot of people, the choice is pretty obvious. X isn't even in the same league anymore.
But the crisis isn't just happening online, in the world of software and ads. It's also hitting Musk's companies that build actual physical things, rockets and tunnels. And here, the failures aren't just about lost revenue, they're about operational safety and very real-world risk.
Over at SpaceX, an upgraded Starship prototype, the rocket that's supposed to take humanity to Mars, it exploded during a test. Now look, in the rocket business, setbacks are expected, right? But a failure of this scale, on such a crucial program, it raises serious safety questions and puts the whole timeline for future missions at risk.
And then you've got the Boring Company. What was pitched as this futuristic solution to traffic has, well, it's turned into a real mess of safety violations, environmental fines, and just a trail of broken promises to cities across the country. And listen, these are not minor slip-ups. We're talking about six-figure fines from OSHA for serious safety violations. There are reports of workers suffering from chemical burns. The company was even named one of the dirty dozen worst workplace safety offenders in the entire country. This isn't just a PR problem. This is a crisis of execution, plain and simple.
So, with Tesla's profits tanking, X collapsing, and his other companies under fire, how in the world does Elon Musk respond? He changes the game. He shifts the entire focus away from the crises happening here on Earth to an existential mission for all of humanity. He pivots to AI.
And this quote, this is how he reframes everything. Suddenly, problems with profit margins at Tesla or ad revenue at X, they seem pretty insignificant when you're talking about the fate of humanity, right? He presents this stark choice. We either control AI or we face extinction. It's an incredibly powerful way to shift the narrative from quarterly earnings to human destiny.
And he isn't just talking about it. He's actually taking action with a really clear three-part plan. First, he launched xAI to build what he calls a more truthful, safer alternative to his competitors. Second, through Neuralink, he's literally trying to merge our brains with computers so that we humans aren't left behind. And third, he co-signed that famous open letter calling for a pause on advanced AI development, basically trying to hit the brakes on a race he believes humanity's losing.
So, all of this brings us to the final massive question. Is Elon Musk a prophet genuinely warning us about the single biggest threat humanity has ever faced? Or is he a master promoter, using an existential crisis to distract all of us from the very real business crises that are threatening to tear down his empire? The answer to that question will probably define his entire legacy.